After watching hours of study tip videos, has it actually improved your grades? Does it feel like you're not getting anywhere after doing all the things that these YouTube videos are telling you to do? Well, in this video, I'll let you in on the studying technique that got me out of this never-ending cycle, how any student can use this to boost their grades and become part of the top 1% of students. Like all students trying to improve their grades, I searched up the best studying techniques to get all A's. And you know how the story goes. You get suggested all these different types of studying techniques and you're desperate enough to try all of them. I started out with spaced repetition. I would sit there planning out my days for the next week on when and what I would study, meticulously planning when to refresh the formulas and key concepts for physics and calculus. But after a few weeks of doing this, you lose the motivation, energy, and honestly just the time of day to do this every single fucking time. Then I saw this graph. I'm like, maybe I should try this active recall thing out. And so I did. I would stay up late making flashcards for all of my classes, and it worked. But not for long, because writing dozens of flashcards for every single class and each week at that's inefficient and also unsustainable. So after just a month of using active recall, I got so tired of making these damn flashcards that I went back to the tried and true, staring at your notes until it's ingrained into your brain strategy. And all this mental struggle and stress was just from setting up the things that I quote unquote needed to study. I hadn't even dealt with the actual studying part yet. And that's when I realized I can convert this mental struggle into a physical one, so I could save my mental capacity for when I'm actually studying. And how do you do that, you might ask? Well, it's simple. I would wake up an hour or two before school starts and look over the day's material for my most challenging classes. And whether you take non-linear mind map notes or regular notes where you just write word for word, it doesn't matter because the purpose of this is to increase your familiarity of the material in your brain. You might stray away from the studying technique all because you heard the words waking up earlier. The only reason why you detest waking up early is because you're on your phone at night sleeping late. If you sleep late, naturally it's going to be harder to wake up in the morning. It's easy enough to understand, obviously, but 99% of people don't do any of this shit. But to be in the top 1% of students, you have to act like the top 1% of students. People are out here trying to learn how to study before they even know how to get proper sleep. They sleep at 2, 3 a.m. and for some reason bragging about it, talking about how hard they were working late into the night and using the weekend to catch up on sleep. You don't just catch up on sleep. That's not how this works. You have to sleep at the same time, wake up at the same time, sleep at the same time, wake up at the same time. Every fucking day. You want to sleep in on the weekend? Don't. Want to stay up late playing video games because it's the weekend? Don't. Newton's third law states that for every action, there's always an equal and opposite reaction. So yes, you might be able to have fun binge watching Netflix shows at 2, 3 a.m. over the weekend, but during the school week, you're going to be struggling to get out of bed. So keep a consistent sleep schedule and review the notes before school. If you're looking for a group of dedicated students that are willing to put in the time and effort over the weekends to get ahead of the curve, join my Discord in the link in the description. We'll have what I call weekly flow sessions where people can join and do some focused work over the weekends. The first session is going to take place on March 23rd, so make sure you join before then. Make class time understandable and stress-free. You know how it goes. You're sitting down in class, and as the teacher goes to the slide deck, as they always do, you hear everybody scribbling away at their notes whenever a new slide is presented. It's chaotic, and no one really understands what the teacher is even saying because they're so focused on writing what's on the slides just in case they miss something. And either you miss some of the things that are already on the slides because the teacher talks so fast, or you write everything down but don't understand or hear a single thing the teacher said. On top of that, you have a tired hand that's about to fall off from all those notes you were writing. I'm sure especially you AP and IB students are extremely familiar with this. But if you were to follow my directions of writing the notes before school started, you'll be the only one sitting there actually knowing what the teacher is talking about. You can focus because you're not frantically writing every single thing down word for word during class. And the material is even easier to digest because you've already been exposed to it once before. Well, isn't that technically just spaced repetition? Actually, yes, but with a small tweak that makes all the difference. You get the benefits of spaced repetition without the pains of constantly having to plan which day to study. By the time you get to actually studying for an exam, that'll be your third time being exposed to the same material. One time before school, a second during class time, and a third as you actually study. But knowing this underrated studying technique isn't going to magically put you in the top 1% of students. And to get to the top without procrastinating is hard, even impossible. It feels like your hand automatically moves to pick up your phone whenever you're not working. So to figure out how to get rid of procrastinating once and for all, I made this video here so you can be fully equipped to reach the top.